Hello there, and welcome to a special Holocron spinoff, Unlocking the Holocron, where we come to you from the Holocron cast. It's me, your boy Tyler, the Jedi Holocron, your boy Dan, the Sith Holocron. How you doing today, Dan?
I'm Dan.
It's Dan. We do a podcast called Holocron Cast. This is Unlocking the Holocron, where we just talk about one topic very specifically for a short period of time. Just give our hot take fresh off the news today. We got some news today, Dan.
Yeah, because we always, the reason why we're doing, these shorter ones is because, not everything needs to be an hour-long discussion,
Right.
If there's not as much to say, or if we just want it to be more bite-sized,
Yes,
sort of.
for your viewing enjoyment.
Yeah.
So we got some big news today.
Surprisingly, I was not expecting this.
We are getting a new Star Wars animated series. And no, it's not a Rebel sequel series. It is Star Wars, The Bad Batch. How does that make you feel, Dan?
I'm very glad.
Right?
I'm very surprised. I would say mostly surprised. I was not anticipating
Right?
that.
Because after the Bad Batch arc of Clone Wars, we were sold on the Bad Batch to begin with.
Yeah.
We were like, oh, let's make that should be a video game. That'd be a fun video game.
That would be an awesome, Republic Commando sort of game, for those of you who have played Republic Commando. Mm-hmm. That, but with the Bad Batch instead, would be really cool.
And we just assumed, that was cool. It was from the original Clone Wars arc, but we didn't think it would be a TV show.
Yeah.
Because there's obviously the rumored Rebel sequel series, and that's the one I still want the most. But there was always rumors that there were multiple animated series in the works out there.
Yeah, there were rumors that there's... The one I've heard the most is that the rumors that there are two, and this is obviously one of them.
Yes. So does that make you think the other one's not the Rebel sequel series?
I'm not sure.
Not sure anymore?
I feel like if it's not the Rebel sequel series, what is it?
That's
then?
true.
Is it...
This was the one we were most unsure about, the second one. Which is exciting because...
The only other theory I've heard is that maybe it could be a,
like a Mando tie-in or something?
No, just like an animated series set between 6 and 7.
Resistance?
But good.
See, I was kind of hoping for, a sequel or an animated series, with, the sequels characters that's good, not Resistance. But...
Resistance isn't bad, it's just way too... kid.
Yeah.
For us, we're a little bit too old for that.
Yes. So, but yeah.
You can see our Resistance review.
Yeah, we have a podcast, but that's not good.
It's not good. But yeah, I'm pretty excited to see what this will look like.
Okay. I feel like in the next few years, they're going to really focus on these TV shows, especially the animated, considering the world we live in now, where it's harder to, film actual stuff without going through hoops, and this is easier.
And with their track record of animated stuff, too.
I never really watched the Star Wars anime stuff early in my Star Wars career as a fan, but it's all fucking great except Resistance and the Clone Wars movie.
See, I watched the Clone Wars movie day one that it came out in theaters.
No, I didn't even know that movie came to theaters.
Oh yeah, it came to theaters. I watched it in theaters, and I can almost guarantee I was probably the only person who left the theater liking it.
Probably.
And then I watched probably the first 4 seasons of Clone Wars, as they were coming out. Mm-hmm. And then just the time didn't work out after that. It was always on times where I wasn't home. So I've always been into the animated stuff as soon as it came.
Right. Here's a real question, Dan. What do you expect this show to be?
It'll probably be before
we see them in Clone Wars?
I would assume. There's not much time after we see them in Clone Wars.
Or, actually, I really like the idea, what happens after Order 66 with these guys, because
True.
they're probably not chipped. They're obviously they're Clone Force 99.
Or if they are chipped, I could see it malfunctioning since they're all mutants.
Yeah, but that would be a cool story on its own. See their journey up to that point, and see what happens when they
I could see
Order 66 happens.
I could see it being it starts pre when we first saw them, and then eventually it moves on, and they get Echo. And then, we explore...
Oh, yeah.
We explore their, a little bit of them, and then Order 66 happens, and then we see what happens after.
This show is going to be fucking amazing.
I imagine it'll cover quite a span of time. It'll start...
Right?
I have to imagine it'll start before they get Echo.
Yeah, probably.
Just to,
I forget they get Echo,
Just to, show, how they worked against the Seppies and stuff, get more, really cool action, and then we'll start to delve more into, how they deal with Order 66 and what do they do after.
And we'll probably introduce new people from Clone Force 99, like
potentially
other like people. But I'm just excited to see those boys again.
I think it's just those 4 until they get Echo, though.
Yeah,
because that's like
that's like their.
It's like Republic Commando in that game. It's only 4 people in that squad.
Yeah.
So I could see it just being them, and then maybe they'll have like an intel guy or something. And then they get Echo, and then we go from there. I'd be really interested to see, like, if after Order 66, just, like, where do they even go?
That's what I want to see, too. That'd be great.
Like, I wonder if
a lot of possibilities.
I wonder if Rex offers for them to stay with Rex's boys on the ATTE.
Yeah.
And obviously they deny it.
But so wait, does Echo still have his chip, technically?
He's all kinds of fucked up, so I can't imagine it would work, considering that he's more machine than man.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah, it's gonna be.
He did have a chip though, because he was just a normal clone boy. But I feel like
whatever
after the
Trench and Watt had him on, like
after they drilled into his head.
Yeah, he's kind of fucked up. I'm gonna read some stuff from the official Disney Star Wars post here. Coming fresh off, it says the series follows the elite and experimental clones of the Bad Batch, first introduced in Clone Wars, as they find their way in a rapidly changing galaxy in the immediate aftermath of the Clone War. Members of the Bad Batch, a unique squad of clones who are very genetically from their brothers in the clone army, each possess a singular exponential skill which makes them extraordinarily effective soldiers and formidable crew. In the post-Clone Wars era, we should have read this first,
yeah, probably.
They will take on daring mercenary missions as they struggle to stay afloat and find new purpose. I like that.
Oh, as mercs?
Yeah, so this is a post the Clone Wars.
Oh, that'll be cool.
Yeah, we totally should have read this clearly
Probably
before.
should have read this.
But that's exciting.
That sounds like the idea that I wanted to happen for, like Iden after she left the Empire. Instead of like joining one of the factions, they just become like a neutral, just like mercenary force. Yeah. Because I feel like it'd be hard to trust a faction.
Right. And so we know Echo's going to be here, which is good.
Yeah.
That's exciting. We got the 5.
Since it's post.
Doing this means, Dan, they're coming to Galaxy Heroes.
Galaxy
Let's
Heroes.
go! Woo!
It's, after the end of season 1 or whatever, give us Bad Batch and Galaxy of Heroes.
Yeah. So Dave Filoni is... Dave Filoni. Well, this is what we all care about, though. Dave Filoni is executive producing the show. He's not running the show. So I assume, obviously, he has his hands full at Star Wars right now.
Oh, yeah.
But his hands are definitely going to be in this.
Yeah.
But I feel like this is a better than, like, this ain't going to be like a Resistance situation where his hands are in it.
Completely gone.
Yeah. Because we know Dave Filoni, Mandalorian, it's practically him and Dave Filoni, him and Jon Favreau show running that show and doing everything. He was doing a passover on the Kenobi show. He was helping get that script together. I don't think he writes it, but like he was helping.
And potentially he's working on the Rebel sequel series.
Yeah. And
he's got his hands full.
But I feel like this is one you could tell without him too.
Yeah.
Let's see who we got here. Dave Filoni, yeah.
Do we know who's writing it?
It is, the showrunner is, wait, let me see here. Let me find it. It has a lot of the same people, like the names you normally see.
Okay.
Athena Portillo, Clone Wars, Star Wars Rebels. Brad Rao, Star Wars Rebels, Resistance. Jennifer Colbert, Star Wars Resistance, and NCIS. With Carrie Beck. Her name's always in the credits of all the animated shows. Yeah. She's the Mandalorian in Rebels. Co-executive producer, and Josh Grimes as producer, Star Wars Resistance. Rao is also serving as supervising director with Colbert as head writer.
The main thing we need is, because the main problem with Resistance is that it didn't have a plot.
Yeah.
But also, this is kind of more of like a general setup, to be fair. If it's just like mercenary work, it can be more kind of just like episodic, Yeah,
just like...
It kind of fits the theme more, whereas like Resistance, we were really looking for like a plot development.
Right.
To tie into everything, whereas this is its own standalone thing.
Yeah.
So I feel like that format could also work better for this.
Yeah, that way they don't need Filoni the whole time, too.
Yeah.
And like... I'm very excited about this.
Yeah, I'm very
especially now that I read the part where it said like the actual synopsis.
Yeah,
where we were just like, what could it be?
We probably should have.
Because I did a scan through. I mainly first thing I looked at was like who was running the show and stuff.
Yeah,
but like it's coming to Disney Plus in 2021, so that's exciting. Because all we know of now is Star Wars Futures, Mandalorian season 2 later this year, and this.
Yeah.
As far as visual Star Wars.
Yeah.
and Squadrons, but
Yeah, and
that's a
Squadrons.
video game. But yeah,
Which Squadrons I'm hyped for.
yeah. So this is very exciting. So yeah, tell us what you guys think of the show.
Yeah.
What are you excited to see in post Clone Wars with these boys?
If you guys don't know much about the Bad Batch, you can watch our podcast where we talk about it.
Yeah, we review those episodes. Yeah, but yeah, hope you enjoyed this discussion, and until next time. I don't know what to say. What's up?
Now we're closing the holocron.
Yes, closing the holocron.